Explain I guess you've been asked this question about 1,000 times, the success of a Star Wars series. Obviously, you're going to be in several other films, right? Several of the series. Right?
What it is, it's 3 trilogies, and George just started in the middle trilogy because he felt that was the most accessible story. If I was signed for 3 films, this middle trilogy, and I had the provision that if the first one wasn't successful, they wouldn't make the other 2. But I was committed to the other 2 if they decided to. George felt that if it did misfire, Star Wars would be the one that would stand on its own as having the most of a beginning, a middle, and an end. You know, it has all of those elements that stands on its own. So what he did, he started in the middle. We'll finish the second trilogy and then go back 20 years and tell the story of young Alec Guinness and young Darth Vader. Now, obviously, I'm not involved in those. It tells the story of the Clone Wars, which was referred to in Star Wars. It tells the story of my father and the Jedi Knights, who at that time ruled a benevolent, happy place, you know, where everyone was nice and kind, and there weren't rummage sales or 24-hour martinizing. It was just everyone was peaceful. And actually, this is on the up and up. This is how it's been told to me by George. And it tells how the Emperor made a deal with Vader to seduce and slaughter the Jedi Knights and take power, you see. So in that trilogy, Luke is only in episode 3, the last chapter of the first trilogy, and he's only like 6 or 7 years old. And not an important character, playing around in the background. You know it's him. So that's not going to be done if you figure one every 3 years. That won't be done for 12 years now. But the last film in the middle trilogy, we've seen Star Wars, which is 4, or the beginning of the second trilogy. Empire Strikes Back is 5, and Revenge of the Jedi is 6. And that, if you look at all the trilogies like a classical 3-act play, the first episode you establish the characters and the environment. In the second act you deal with the characters' problems and usually compound their problems. And it's much more of a tragic sort of act, so that the ultimate triumph in the third act will pay off. So in the next one, it's not a cliffhanger. It ties up all the loose ends and really wipes the slate clean.
I get to know that Darth Vader is really Luke Skywalker's father and all that stuff.
Well, that's wonderful of you. Can you edit that out for people who haven't seen the movie?
That's okay.
Let's do it this way.
Yeah.
So that the information that, you're giggling because you just...
Yeah, I know.
The information that you learn at the end of Empire Strikes Back, we hope we have a nice sort of Agatha Christie-like twist, and we hope people don't, ruin it for other people. Although, do you know what, though? I mean, it's like, I heard someone came up to me and said, "Hey, I want to see, the picture in Jersey." It was one of those, shopping center cinemas. We're standing in line, a big, VW bus pulls by, the kids leaning out the window going, "Hey!" and yelling out what the surprise is to all these horrified patrons of the I mean, that's rude. That's like in Peanuts, the punchline was "Rosebud is the sled," and you thought, gee, Charles Schultz just ruined Citizen Kane for anyone who hasn't seen it. I'm real careful about that. I never give stuff away.
Okay, we'll edit that out. Don't worry.
Would you? Okay.
Yeah.